Hi everybody, welcome to the correlation how-to video. We're going to go through here. So again, hopefully you have this university data and kind of go there. So what do we want? First objective is to find the sample correlation between the following things: full-time enrollment, part-time enrollment, 6-year graduation rate for bachelor's, and total price for in-state students. Okay, so let's go find this in the cleaned data here. So it looks like I need enrollment first. So I usually go here. I'll do Control or Command F and then type enrollment. And it goes to total enrollment, and then right next to it I see full-time and part-time, so I know I need those two, so I'll just copy those. And then we'll go back to correlation. Go ahead and paste them here. I'm going to talk about some issues with the way that we're going to do it here in just a little bit, but for ease and simplicity of this video and to not make it an hour long based on the theory in the background, we're going to go simple. So now, let's see, 6-year graduation rate and total price. So again, we'll go back to clean. Let's see, I'll search for maybe rate would be a good one. So yeah, graduation rate, graduation 5 years, 6 years. So I'll copy this column, we'll go back to correlation. I'll paste it there, and again, we want these all matched up. We don't want to like sort or anything. They need to be sort of with the same school. And then, sorry, I forgot the last one. Looks like total price for in-state. So we could go to cleaned data, and we'll go here, and we'll search for, let's just search price. Hey, total price for in-state students, something like 2013. I think that's what we want, right? Copy, and we'll go to correlation. And okay, that's what we want. Perfect, lucky. So we'll paste it there. And now there's a couple ways you could do this. So the long way, but could be actually more effective and more maybe the proper way to do it. So the big issue here, and while I'll talk briefly about it, are these blanks. And so if we do them all together, essentially it's anywhere there's a blank across any of these four, it's not going to use that observation. But if you kind of scroll through this data, like there are some that have more blanks than others. And so kind of the long and old school way to do it is to get the sample correlation is to use the actual function in Excel. So if you do equals and then do correl, you can double click it. And then you select the data that you want to, like, so we can only do 2 arrays at a time. So find the correlation between 2 variables. So let's do full-time and part-time enrollment. And so we'll click here, and then again, make sure you don't have the header in this because it doesn't do well with words. But if you do Control or Command Shift down to highlight all of those, it looks like it stops at a blank, right? And so we want to make sure we're going all the way down. Again, I always have to check here. I don't like this. This is why this sort of takes a lot longer. And then comma. So I'll go from the bottom up. So I'll click here. I'm just going to hold Control or Command Shift up until I get all the way to the top. And then again, I don't want that header. So just hold Shift and hit the down arrow key, and it'll drop it. And then we'll close the parentheses and hit enter. And then it gives us the sample correlation between part-time and part-time and full-time enrollment individually. And you could do that for all of these. That does take a little bit longer. If we didn't have to worry about blanks, this would be a lot easier. So if maybe we had already cleaned up this data or we had complete data, it'd be a lot easier. But and I'll talk about it in a sec. But the other way is to get all these really quickly. What we could do is go to data analysis and then correlation and do OK. And then we need to select our range. Well, we want the correlation between all 4 of these variables. So this is the nice sort of quick and easy way to do it. We'll hit enter. Make sure you have labels checked because we did have that label in the top row and now it's smart enough to show it. And then again, I'm going to select where to put it. You don't have to do this. You can put it on a new worksheet. It's up to you, but I'm going to put it maybe here. Let's see, where do I want it? Yeah, let's do here. I'll hit enter, this. All right, we'll double click. We'll go through here, and now, again, I can't really see these titles. So I want these to all fit. So again, an easy way to do this, I'm going to move this out of the way so it doesn't get sort of crazy, is we'll do this and then double click. Oop, and it looks a little bit bigger, got a little uglier, but now it's a lot easier to see. And so now we have these sample correlations, and these kind of read kind of odd. So all of these will have these 1s in the diagonals. The numbers in here tell us the correlations. You just have to know how to read it. And so I always start at the top And I go, okay, full-time enrollment, and then these numbers are how full-time enrollment is correlated with all of these. So full-time and full-time, 1, duh, same variable. And then full-time and part-time, look, nice, 0.554, that's exactly what we got up here. But now full-time and graduation rate, 0.26. Full-time and total price, negative relationship. And then we can keep going. So what if I want the correlation between part-time enrollment part-time enrollment itself, and then graduation rate, well, negative 0.06, or part-time enrollment and total price. So it's a little bit odd there. I don't know why they didn't just fill in each of these, because like if I wanted the correlation between part-time enrollment and full-time enrollment, my eyes want to go here and then look, but we don't have it. So we have to go backwards. So then I have to find full-time enrollment and see where it matches up with part-time enrollment, and goes there. But that's an easy way just to quickly look and get the sample correlations. Something I always stress in the stats classes, again, these are just from the sample. If we wanted to actually test it, and this is the bonus part of that video, is we have to actually kind of go old school and calculate the test statistic manually. A lot of other programs besides Excel will do this for us, but Excel will not. So I need to first go get the formula. We can do like a quick one here. So I'll do insert, and then I want a text box here. So I'm going to go get the formula and just paste it in here. And again, I have this in a separate sheet that you don't have. And so to calculate the test statistic, what we'll have to do is I will fill this out essentially. So let's pick. Let's do full-time enrollment and part-time enrollment. So that's kind of an easy one. And so let's see if we can apply this to the group. And so I'm just going to essentially fill this in here. And so let's do full-time versus part-time. And then we'll just do equals. And then R, so it's the estimated sample correlation, which is just this 0.54, whatever. And then divided by, and then we need the square root. So square root is the command in Excel. And then we'll open our parentheses and we'll do 1 minus, and again that little r is just the sample correlation, so I'll do sample correlation, and then caret 2. You could also do times itself, it's up to you. Then we'll close the parenthesis, and then we'll divide, make sure we're still in the square root, which we are, n minus 2. So in this case, we'd have to actually know the sample size that went in to calculate that. Which is not obvious from this data. The long way to do it is you'd actually have to go and count how many observations. And so there's a couple ways we can do this. I could know the data, which I do, and there's like 1,532 part-time and full-time enrollments without blanks. Or what you could do is use the count function in Excel. So I'm just going to start typing count, and it says count the number of cells in a range that contain a number. Well, that's exactly what I want. So I want to count, double click, and I literally essentially just want column A, because that'll tell us the total number of observations or pairs that we have. And so that's in, right, there's my sample size. And then I need to do minus 2, and then close my parenthesis for this for that n minus 2, and then close the square root. We'll hit enter, and there's our test statistic. So test statistic is 26.13, which you could go and find the critical value using the t-table with the degrees of freedom and significance level, but hopefully you're at the point now you're like, wow, that's a massive test statistic. We're going to be able to reject the null and prove that they are significantly, and in this case positively, correlated. Just for a little practice, let's do one more. Let's do a negative one. So let's just stick with, let's see if full-time enrollment and total price are negatively correlated. Hopefully that makes sense, right? As it gets more expensive, less people will enroll. But let's see if we can apply that to the sample here. So let's do full-time versus price. And so again, equals, and we're just going to use the correlation, so it's this, divided by, and then we'll do square root. And then again, we need 1 minus the sample correlation squared, so open a parenthesis, so 1 minus, we'll follow the order of operations here. this caret 2, close parentheses, and then divided by, and then close. And again, we'll do count. So count. Count. And then it doesn't matter which one we use. I'm going to use total price for in-state, so that column. So here. We might want to confirm that they have that which one has the least number of observations, but for the simple video, we will not. Then minus 2, and then we'll close our parentheses for the fraction, and then close it for the square root. We'll hit enter. All right, and this has a test statistic of negative 8.44. So again, absolute value-wise, a very large test statistic. So we'd likely be able to, we can prove again that they are statistically significantly correlated, and in this case, it's negative. So that was a lot. I hope it's helpful, and let me know if you have any questions.